Sometimes what we're guilty of, and many times Christians are guilty of this, we place something that's good and something that God wants us to love as the ultimate expression of who we are. It's something that you're supposed to love, but you've taken that thing that you're supposed to love and you've actually placed it above your love for God. The sinful nature doesn't just make us do bad things. The sinful nature also makes us turn good things into ultimate things and worship them. And then by nature, we derive our value and our worth and our sustenance from something that should not be in the place of God in our lives. Let me unpack it for you a little bit more. It's wonderful to love your boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse, but when what they think of you or their criticisms of you cause you to fly off the handle, you've just identified an idol that you've made out of them. Because you have started to look to them for your value, your worth, and your significance rather than to the God who made you. It's one thing to love your job, and it's one thing to enjoy making money. God gave you the gift to do that, do it. But when you fall to pieces, when your job doesn't go the way you want, you've just identified an idol and you've put something in the place of God for your value, your dignity, and your worth. It's one thing to love your children. You should love your children. You should raise your children, discipline your children. But listen to me, when you fall to pieces because your children are not making the decisions that you think they should make, and they're old enough to make their own decisions, and you can't handle it, and you start to micromanage and control them, and you fly off the handle against them, you've just identified that you've made how they become in life an idol of your heart that proves that you are worth something, you are significant, and you have value. When all the while God has promised in His word that the one bottom line thing that should bring you worth, value, and dignity is not people, is not children, is not jobs, and is not even your spouse. The one thing that brings you value, worth, and dignity is that you have a Father in heaven who loves you, who sent Jesus to die for you and cares for you with an everlasting love. Take a look at your soul and you say, okay, God, what have I looked to in my life other than you for value, worth, and dignity? It's an idol. It needs to be crushed. When you let God do that work in your life, I guarantee you, ultimately, you will be a lot more calm. You will be a lot more at peace. You will be a lot more at ease because you will realize that these things don't define you. God alone, in His love for you in Jesus Christ, defines your life. And if that's settled in Jesus forever, it changes everything.